thinking about starting a YouTube channel? I'm going to have some tips and some advice for those of you because I get this question quite a bit, and I think a lot of you actually would be really good at it. So stay tuned to find out my advice on starting a YouTube fragrance channel coming up next. Welcome back everybody to Joel the Nose, and today's video is a little bit off the kind of normal reviews that I do or recommendations, and that is a topic that I actually get quite a bit from people either sending me emails or maybe direct messages on Instagram. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Joel the Nose, just like my channel here, at Joel the Nose on Instagram. Go ahead and give me a follow. I really appreciate that. And there's always different content, a lot of photos there, scent of the day, different things. But I get this question quite a bit. And some people I know have actually come to me and started their own channels, and it's really cool to see because at the end of the day, we're all just, fans and lovers of perfume if you're watching this video. And your opinion is just as relevant or as important as mine or anybody else. From the most watched YouTube fragrance reviewer or fragrance influencer to the one who has less than 100 subscribers on their channel, or 50 or 20 or whatever it may be. Someone will find what you're saying relevant and useful, and somebody will resonate with your style. They'll resonate with the perfumes that you review, and you will find connections, and people will find connections to you. So my advice to you is just do it. If you're interested in at all in starting a YouTube channel, you know what? I started my channel it's coming up on now about 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And for the first good year, over a year and a half, actually a year and a half probably, no, a little over a year, I used my cell phone to record all my videos. And I had a little editing software on there. You can do it, start it for next to nothing. These cameras now are so good with the video and the high definition that you can start it. When I started, getting more subscribers and realizing, okay, this is, people are liking this and I'm getting a lot of support, I then upped my game to get a better camera and a microphone, as you guys can see, because that was one of the complaints. I will say this, if you research about this, sound is probably as or more important when it comes to video. Obviously, you got to have clear video. And sometimes, obviously that's a big issue, but sound is just as important, so you want to get that hooked up. Other piece of advice, if you're going to get a channel, rather than, and this is my personal opinion, before I started my channel, I read as many books on fragrance and perfume as I could get my hands on. From the classics, like from Roja Dove's book, The Big Picture book, which I don't have over there, it's actually a coffee table book for me, to just everything I could about the industry, about the perfume making process, about notes, about the chemistry, about the history, as much as you can, because you want to be knowledgeable and you want to be able to answer questions and you want to be able to kind of correlate what you're smelling with what, rather than just kind of like giving random, I guess, advice. It's like going to a music critic who's never listened to music or studied music history, or going to, a food critic who really is just, someone who likes food, right? That has its place, and believe me, you know what? If that's what you want to do, go for it. But my personal advice is read some books first. Go out there, get what you can, get knowledgeable, learn the basics of perfume making, learn the basics of the different fragrance notes and how things are put together, and a little bit about the business also. What else would I say? Consistency. In order to get subscribers, of course, you got to put out good product, but it's more than that. There's a lot of good channels out there that never get traction and people give up, and you can watch videos on this. People give up well before you get to 1,000 subscribers, and it's tough. It took me over a year, almost a year and a half, to get to that point. Now I'm over, over 13,000. I think, like, actually look at this. I think I'm like 13.5 now. Oh, 13.2. But it takes a long time to get there, and it takes consistency. And by that, I mean I recommend at least 3 videos a week. I found that works nicely for me. It allows me to obviously live my life, but still put out consistent content. You do more than that, you run the risk of burning out. And I did for a while. I was doing 5 videos a week, and I was doing Instagram shorts, and I was doing TikTok. It gets to a point where you literally, let's face it, you run yourself ragged, and then you do yourself and your subscribers no good. Secondly, let's be honest. How much content can you actually put out there on fragrance? I mean, you could review, of course, there's tons of perfume. There's endless amount of perfumes you could review, but if you really want to put out content about perfumes that people are talking about, what they want to know about, and things like that, I think that you need to be judicious and critical about what you put out. And you want to put out good content. I think you want to put out enough content. And for me, that's roughly typically about 3 videos a week. Again, you know, you got to find what works for you, what's comfortable. What else am I going to say? So we talked about it. You know, your equipment, just start out with the phone. That's all you need. As soon as possible, get a good microphone and a camera if you can. That is not necessary right away. Get the subscribers. This will be, I guess, kind of a 4th point. Have goals. Okay, start out and say, okay, my first goal is to get to literally 50 subscribers. That's what I did. You know, maybe that's friends or family. A lot of people will subscribe at first. That's great to get you going, but you want to start getting people who you don't know. So then go for 100, then 200. Then after that, my next goal was 500 and then 1,000. And again, it took me about 1.5 years. It does not happen overnight. You need to be patient and you can't give up. Most people give up before they get to 1,000. And you know what the problem is? You can't monetize your channel. And let's face it, we're here to obviously provide content, but it helps because most people want to actually earn a living from this and earn at least maybe a little side income, which is, who doesn't love a little side hustle? Everyone does. Nowadays, in today's world, most people need a side hustle, and it's good to have. So, but most people give up before they get to 1,000 subscribers. Actually, probably well before that. And if you do that, you never monetize. So that's the rules on YouTube right now. You got to have a certain amount of watchable hours, and you got to have 1,000 subscribers. I can tell you this from when I did it. If you have 1,000 subscribers, you'll have enough hours because it's just kind of how it correlates. But so you want to do that. Don't give up. Persist. Set a goal. I set a goal, again, to go back to the goals of an overall goal. I gave myself 1 year. I said, I'm going to give myself 1 year of producing consistent content, of learning, of going to events. I recommend going to Scent Explorer. I'm actually going to put, I have a link that Max gave me for those of you guys who want to sign up for it now. It was just announced a couple weeks ago. It's in December. I believe the 2nd week of December. I'll put the date down there. What an event. I went to that right after I started my channel within a couple months, and I learned so much. And this is the first year, because the last 2 years it's been virtual because of COVID. This year, you can actually go live again in New York. I'm going to be there. At least I'm planning, barring anything happening. I'll be there to meet everybody and hang out. It's such a good communal family event. There's so much love there. Max does a great job. He puts his heart and soul into this event and brings top-notch fragrance companies and niche companies from around the world. So go to events like that if you find them. Go to local boutiques if you can, like Osme Perfumery here in Miami. Take a trip. Come visit us here in Miami. Come visit and go to Osme or to other places that maybe you can go, maybe New York or LA or some other place in the country. Because when you go there, you'll find other like-minded individuals and you'll always learn, and they'll recommend fragrances to you. I get great recommendations that I talk about on this channel all the time because of friends and subscribers I meet at Osme when I'm hanging out. So these are all just a little bit of advice to enhance your journey, and specifically, especially if you're thinking about starting a channel, these are things that I've done to help me with my journey. So thank you for watching. I couldn't be here or do this without you guys, without your support. I really appreciate it, and I just can't wait for the next 3 years to see what happens. Thank you again for watching, guys. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace, love, and perfumes.